Okay. Hello, everyone. And for anybody watching on replay, we have a guest speaker today. We've got Susan coming in to do some yoga nidra with us today, and I'm super excited. Susan is my long-standing friend. We've known each other for a number of years now from my Manchester days, and I miss Manchester so much. But Susan is amazing in what she does. She does yoga specifically for menopause, and she has groups for just menopausal women as well. Oh, so Catherine can hear everything. And Susan has done like vast amounts of training, and she practices Ayurveda in the way she lives and also in her business as well. And she's introduced me to so many different modalities, and we have some amazing conversations around all of this. And I'm so excited to have Susan in this session today, so she can just show us a little bit of what she does and we can experience what she does as well. And I'm going to hand you over to Susan and let her do some talking and whatever else she wants to do.
Yeah, well, talking and movement and breath work and resting. So did you all get the memo about a blanket? I've got mine here. I'm wrapped up in it already. So yeah, we'll need it. I'll be using the blankets a little bit later on. But yeah, one of the most important things that I think yoga can actually help with during perimenopause and menopause is actually enabling rest and reducing stress. There is a huge body of evidence that doing yoga helps with stress management, whether you're in menopause or not. But within menopause, it has a huge benefit that the amount of stress you experience links in to variations in estrogen. It has a direct impact. So if you are stressed, that will impact your estrogen levels. And of course, depending what menopausal symptoms you have, they might be causing stress in the first place, or it could be situations. There's a lot of life stuff that comes up in the menopausal years that is stressful to deal with. So I'm very much on as much as you can do to rest, do less, reduce stress, because that is the way forward. And my work as a yoga therapist, no matter what condition you've got, stress will only make it worse. I say it is particularly relevant during the menopausal years because it does have an impact on estrogen levels. So today I wanted to take you on a little bit of a journey to actually being able to rest. So I know Jay mentioned that, I have an Ayurvedic approach to how I teach. Are you aware of Ayurveda? Have you covered that? Just wondering. No, that's all right then. It's not a problem. So if you didn't know, I'll just drop a little bit in. But what typically happens when you're stressed, and you'll probably recognize this, you get agitated, you get anxious, you kind of get a little bit flighty sometimes. And it doesn't necessarily have to be overwhelming stress. It's just kind of everyday stress. And that sometimes, although the antidote to that is to be still and to calm the mind, to calm the body, quite often you can't switch from one to the other. You need to go on a journey towards it. So this is what we're doing today. We're going to start with some very gentle movement and breath awareness, which will start the relaxation process, but will actually satisfy that part of you which might need to move. And you probably experienced it sometimes when you're agitated. You just can't sit still. You don't know what you're doing. You just need to be, or it's your brain that's saying, I can't settle. So this practice today is to take you on that journey towards stillness. Does that sound okay? Head's nodding. Fantastic. Right. So I'm going to invite you to come and stand up. And I need a little bit of reorganization. I'll just bring my microphone a little bit closer to my mat. And hopefully you can still hear. So first thing I'm going to invite you to do is just a little bit of shaking. And so shaking through the hands, through the wrists. And this is a way of kind of letting any agitation or any tension out of the body. So just starting in the wrists, letting the hands be relaxed, letting them be a little bit freer. You can take that movement into the elbows. And then maybe up into the shoulders as well. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, so however you're moving will be absolutely fine. Now we can shake the arms upwards if that felt comfortable for you. And we can shake the arms down. And then we can repeat that, shaking the arms up. Shaking the arms down. We can shake the arms around in a circle, so moving out to one side, up overhead, down and around. And then we can change direction when you're ready. So these shaking movements that we're doing are a great little sequence to do whenever you feel you need to change your energy. So if you're feeling a bit stuck and stagnant, the shaking movement can help. But likewise, if you're feeling a little bit stressed and anxious, you could do these movements just to kind of let go of the stress hormones a little bit, give them an outlet. Bringing the hands down by the side. Okay. I'm going to invite you to take your weight down on one leg and shake out through the left, or shake out through the foot. It doesn't matter which one. If you need a little bit of extra support, there's a wall, or use a chair, whatever you got handy, or you can place your foot back on the floor at any point. So giving the ankle just a little bit of a wiggle, allowing the foot to relax and release a little bit. So just like we did with the hands for the foot. And bending and flexing the knee. Just letting that knee kind of just swing and ease. And then inviting a little bit of a shake through the whole of the leg. Some people find it's easier to keep the leg in one place to shake. Other people prefer to move the leg around, particularly if it's more challenging on your balance. But see what feels right for you. So the intention being that you can feel that kind of shaking sensation from the hip, through the thigh, through the knee, through the calf, the ankle, all the way down to the foot and the toes. And then bringing the foot down. We'll change legs. So weight through the other leg, raising that other foot, giving it a little bit of a shake out. So you're inviting the foot to kind of feel as wibbly wobbly as it can. And maybe just noticing, is it wibbly wobbly, or is it a little bit stiff still? And then taking that movement into the knee, bending and flexing the knee. And then having that shake through the whole of the leg. So either keeping the leg stationary or moving it around, maybe a little bit in front, out to the side, or behind. Wherever it's easiest to keep your balance as I go. There, got that intention. Breathing through the hip, through the thigh, the knee, the calf, ankle, the foot, the toes. And then bringing the foot down to the ground and just having a little bit of a shake through the whole of the body. So it's a little bit of a silly one. You need to kind of embrace your inner 5-year-old for this. We're letting the hips move, the shoulders move. We can shake the hands up overhead. Kind of feel that shaking from the fingertips down the arms, the shoulders, the spine, the tailbone, the legs, shaking downwards. Okay, and then just wrapping the arms around the body. It's a very gentle twist, slowing down. And maybe just checking in with yourself. How do you actually feel? How is that How has those shaking movements actually affected you? Maybe a little bit warmer, maybe a little bit more energized, maybe calmer. Just having that inquiry. And then slowly moving down, bringing the feet towards each other. A little bit of space between the feet, allowing the body to be nice and tall. Taking an opportunity to really kind of stand quite upright. How does it feel to have the spine nice and tall, shoulders relaxed? Does this feel like the normal way of standing? Or does it feel a bit weird and different? Again, you're just noticing. And I'm going to invite you to interlink the fingers. So I'll just come a bit closer so you can see. Just interlinking the fingers like that. And drawing the hands upwards. And then turning the palms down. So hands drawing upwards to around about level with the heart. Then turning the palms down, lowering the hands. And how would this be to do it with the breath? So that as you breathe in, you're drawing the hands up. And as you breathe out, you're turning the palms down. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Excellent. I'm going to play around with this movement a little bit. So we'll change it slightly. We're going to draw the hands up, turn the palms down, and then scooping the hands, so forwards and up. And if you can, the palms face upwards, and if you can't, the palms can face down. Then separate the fingers and allow the arms to come down by the side. So we'll repeat that a few times. You're interlinking the fingers. You're drawing the hands up in front of the body, up towards the heart, as we've just been doing. Turn the palms down as you lower the hands. Scoop the hands forwards and up. And then separate the fingers and just allow the arms to float down by the side. And if you can, using the breath. So you're going to breathe in as you draw the hands up. Breathe out as you turn the palms down. Breathe in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out as arms float down by the side. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Breathing in as you sweep the hands forwards and up. Breathing out, releasing the arms down by the side. And again, breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Breathing in as you sweep the hands forwards and up. Breathing out as you release the arms down. We'll do that one more time. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Breathing in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out as you release the arms down. So you're going to change that movement slightly. So we're going to start by drawing the hands up again. Turn the palms down, but this time, as you take the hands down, you're going to bend the knees, coming into a squat. So that squat just might be a softening through the knees, quite shallow. It might kind of be in the middle, or it may be taking the hands all the way down to the ground. And then you scoop the hand forwards and up, releasing the arms down. So you're choosing the height of your squat to how you're feeling today, matching it to your energy levels, matching it to what feels comfortable for your body. So drawing the hands up, turning the palms down and sinking down towards the earth, little or much. Scooping the hands forwards and up, and then releasing the arms down by the side. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you bend the knees, sinking down towards the earth. Breathing in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out, releasing the arms down by the side. Breathing in as you draw the hands up. Breathing out as you turn the palms down, sinking down towards the earth. Breathing in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out, releasing the arms down. We'll do it once more. Breathing in, drawing the hands up. Breathing out, bending the knees, sinking down towards the earth. Breathing in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out as you release the arms down. Okay, changing this movement again. I'll turn sideways on so you can see. You draw the hands up to the chest. And this time, taking the hands down in the direction of the ground, but keeping the legs straight. So kind of coming into a forward bend, but again, you're choosing which height. It might be a little bit more like this, somewhere in the middle, or it may be that the hands come down to the ground. And then you bend the knees, scoot the hand forwards and up, open the arms out. So again, you're just going as far forwards as you feel is right for you, as feels comfortable for your body. So if you can, you're breathing in as you draw the hands up, breathing out as you turn the palms down, folding forwards, keeping the legs straight. And then soften through the knees as you scoop forwards and up, breathing out, releasing the arms down by the side. Breathing in as you draw the hands up, breathing out as you turn the palms down, folding forwards. Breathing in as you bend the knees, scooping the arms upwards. Breathing out, releasing the arms down. Breathing in, drawing the hands up. Breathing out, turning the palms down. Breathing in as you scoop the hands forwards and up. Breathing out, releasing the arms down. We'll do that once more. Breathing in, drawing the hands up. Breathing out, turning the palms down. Breathing in as you bend the knees, scoop the hands up overhead. Breathing out, releasing the arms down. And then we're coming back to that very first movement. Breathing in as you draw the hands up towards the chest. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. Breathing in as you draw the hands up towards the chest. Breathing out as you turn the palms down. And as you breathe in, imagine you could breathe in a sense of stillness and peace from the earth up to the heart center. Now, as you breathe out, just release the hands down again. Breathing in, drawing up a sense of stillness and peace from the earth up to the heart. Breathing out, releasing the hands back. Breathing in, drawing the hands up, imagining peace, stillness into the heart. Breathing out, lowering the hands. One more time. Breathing in, drawing the hands up. Breathing out, turning the palms down. Releasing the hands, just bringing the arms by the side. And having that check-in. How do you feel? How does your body feel? We have moved it a little bit. I know it's very gentle movement, but you have moved the body. Maybe checking how the breath feels. Was it comfortable? I was aware, obviously, as I'm guiding you, you're kind of being guided at my breathing pace. Did that suit you? Did that not suit you? Did your breath feel easy? Was there any strain? I'm hoping that your breath felt smooth and regular and it felt more comfortable as you went along. But you're just checking in with yourself. How do you feel? And then maybe noticing your thoughts, your emotions. Are they still present? Have they slowed down at all? Have they sped up at all? Just having that inquiry. How has this short movement practice affected you? So as I said, it's by moving the body, you give an outlet to any stress hormones. Obviously that fight-flight response is there for a reason, and we're not flying and we're not fighting, but you still have that increased blood circulation in your body, and sometimes it just needs to kind of be expelled through a little bit of movement. But the movement we've done is actually facilitating deeper breathing, so that as you draw the hands up, actually you're encouraging the ribcage to open and expand to take a more fuller breath. And as you bring the hands down, that ribcage is softening to help facilitate a letting go of the breath. So from here, we can either come to sit down, or you could come to lie down. I'm going to guide you through a little bit of breathing practice before we move into Yoga Nidra. I'm going to come a bit closer again. So I'm just sorting out my blanket here. I'm by the front door and it's a bit drafty. So if everybody's settled into a comfortable position, so that may be sitting on the floor, either with the legs crossed or kneeling. It may be sitting on a chair. But hopefully it's a position there you can feel you could just hold for a few minutes. You could be comfortable in for a few minutes. So if you've had a really busy day and you just think, I don't want to sit, I just want to lie down as soon as possible, then do that. So yeah, just really checking in that you are comfortable. And taking your awareness back to your breath. If you want to close your eyes, you can do, or maybe you just want to lower your gaze. And you're just noticing the breath, noticing that natural, easy in-breath and out-breath. Inviting that breath to be as easy and comfortable as you can. Just taking a little bit of time just to settle into the most comfortable breathing pace that you can do. And maybe noticing how far in can the in-breath flow. How far out does the out-breath flow? Letting your breath feel as leisurely as you can. And then maybe noticing that at the end of the in-breath, there's just a little slight pause. There's a turning point of the breath before you then start to breathe out. And likewise, at the end of the out-breath, there's just a little pause, hesitation, see that turning point of the breath before you start to breathe in a bit. So letting your awareness notice that. That nice, leisurely in-breath. And that little micro pause as you just notice the turning of the breath, and then you start to breathe out again. And then noticing that slight micro pause at the end of the out breath before you start to breathe in again. So that rather than just noticing that there's an in-breath and an out-breath, you're actually noticing that there's an in-breath, a little pause at the end of the in-breath, the out-breath, a little pause at the end of the out-breath. It's only very short. As the breath turns, there's a slight momentary hesitation. And then maybe noticing, are the in-breath and the out-breath about the same length? Could you invite the out-breath to become a little bit longer than the in-breath? So maybe the pattern of breathing becomes breathing in, breathing in, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Breathing in, turning point of the breath, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. that turning point of the breath again. But all the while, allowing this to feel really comfortable and really easy. If you feel that you're straining for breath or you're getting a little bit breathless and you're just trying a little bit too hard, so just ease back. Let your breath recover. But if you can, inviting that out breath to be a little bit longer than the in breath. And it's thought in yoga that by making that out breath longer than the in breath, that has a calming effect on the body, on the mind, on the physiology. If it feels comfortable to do so, you could even perhaps experiment with making that out breath a little bit longer again. And maybe you might like to explore what would happen if you just allowed that pause at the end of that out breath to be a little bit longer. So that maybe your breathing pattern becomes breathing in. Notice that turning point of the breath, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out, pausing, and then breathing in once more. You're breathing in comfortably, easily, and the breath turn, and the out breath just slipping away effortlessly and easily into that point of stillness at the end of that out breath, where you can invite just a little pause, and then repeating. And then if it feels comfortable to do so, you could make that pause at the end of the out breath a little bit longer again. Settling into that still point at the end of the out breath. And the more and more you settle into that still point, the more and more you invite stillness into your body and your mind. And then relaxing your focus on your breath. Letting the breath be natural, let it flow as you intuitively feel it needs to. And one of the great things about the breath and using the breath to help with the nervous system is that you're always doing it. You're always are breathing. It's the most available tool. So my invitation, my wish for you is that perhaps if you do find yourself getting agitated or caught up in just the events of a day, it doesn't have to be super stressful, but sometimes you just get caught up in the events of the day, then just pausing, focusing on your breath for a couple of minutes is actually a really powerful antidote. Inviting the out breath to be a little bit longer than the in breath is really good for calming and soothing the body. So I'm hoping that you felt that a little bit in the practice that we've just done. I encourage you to use it in daily life. It's remembering to use it that's the tricky bit. You might think, oh yes, that's really good. But then it's actually the remembering to use it. That's the hard bit. Okay, and then if you want to open your eyes slowly. And if you're not already lying down, come and lie down. I'm not particularly worried in what position you're lying in. I know traditionally in yoga, you'd lie in Shavasana, but if you could lie on your back, on your side, on your front, you could have support underneath your head, you could have support underneath your knees or your lower back or your hips, depending where you felt you needed support. The invitation really is to get into the most comfortable position that you can be in today, and to honor the body sensations that are guiding you into what the most comfortable position can be. And you have permission to move and rearrange your body at any point if you need to. Letting your eyes close. And yeah, Yoga Nidra translates as the sleep of the yogis. And though it's not actual real sleep, although sometimes you can fall asleep, it's a very restorative practice. And it's certainly been my experience that it really helps calm and soothe the nervous system. It really helps in times of stress to do this practice. It's a little bit counterintuitive to actually get your head into the space where you can actually take a break to lie down, especially if you're really busy. But it is so beneficial if you can. So for the moment, letting go of expectations. There's nothing you need to do. There's nowhere you need to be. Simply to be here is enough. And however you experience this practice is absolutely the right way for you. It may be that your body's still, but your mind's still active. It may be that you fall asleep. It may be that you relax deeply. It may be that you drift off and don't even hear my voice. It's all welcome. So giving yourself that permission. Maybe also extending a welcome out into the rest of your house. Don't know whether you've perhaps got other people in it who you might hear moving around, or whether you might hear sounds from outside. Welcoming all of that in. You know, the sounds from outside are going to happen anyway, but you're safe and warm in your own home. So you can just let them be. And maybe just having a little check-in. Is there anything else you could do to make yourself even a little bit more comfortable? If there is, then you can do that. You might like to give the hips a little bit of a wriggle, the shoulders a little bit of a shrug, just to encourage those parts of you to really settle down. And then inviting the jaw to move a little bit. It could just be a little discreet wriggle from side to side. I quite favour the nice having a yawn. Stretching the jaw, releasing any tension there. The yawning, sending that kind of subliminal message to the body that, yeah, it's time to let go. It's time to rest. So as we move into this practice of Yoga Nidra, it is with the intention of resting and nurturing. Inviting your body to rest as deeply as you can. So maybe as you breathe in comfortably, easily, as you breathe out, invite your body to relax. Breathing in comfortably, easily. And as you breathe out, inviting your body to settle more deeply. You might notice on each out breath that your body is gradually becoming a little bit heavier. You can let that happen. The contact points between your body and the earth are getting a little fuller, a little deeper. You're letting your body settle. Almost that you can surrender your body weight down into the earth. Then I'm going to invite you to travel your awareness around the body. And at each location your awareness settles, you can invite a sense of deep and healing rest into that part of you. So you're going to start this journey around the body in the right hand. So taking your awareness into the right hand and allowing that sense of deep and healing rest, allowing it to settle into the right thumb. And then spread into the right index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Let that sense of rest settle into the right palm, into the back of the hand, and the wrist. Allowing that wave of nurturing rest to flow up through the forearm, into the elbow, up through the top of the arm, and settle into the shoulder, allowing the shoulder to rest and release. And then how would it be to let that rest settle into the right armpit, into the right side of the ribs, the right side of the waist, and into the hip, allowing a sense of deep and healing rest to settle into the right hip. And then that continues to flow down the right leg, settling into the thigh, into the knee joint, letting the knee rest, flowing down the shin, the calf, into the ankle, into the heel, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot, allowing that sense of rest to settle into the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Welcoming that deep and healing rest into the whole of the right side of the body. And then we'll continue this journey around the body by moving to the left side. So taking your awareness into the left hand. Welcoming in a sense of deep and healing rest into the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Letting that sense of rest settle in the palm of the left hand, in the back of the hand, into the wrist. An invitation to allow that sense of rest to flow up through the left forearm, into the elbow, into the top of the arm. Letting that sense of deep and healing rest settle into the shoulder joint. And then how would it be to imagine that the left armpit can rest? The left side of the ribs, the waist. And that sense of deep and healing rest settle into the left hip joint. And then flow over the thigh, letting the knee rest, down along the shin, the calf, into the left ankle joint, the heel, the sole of the foot, the top of the foot. Letting that sense of rest settle into the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. welcoming a sense of deep and healing rest into the whole of the left side of the body. And then continuing this journey around the body by taking your awareness up into the back. Then your awareness settle onto the tailbone, up into the back of the hips, the back of the pelvis. Let that part of you settle, release, and rest. The right buttock, the left buttock, the lower back, and the right shoulder blade rest, the left shoulder blade rest, the top of the back. Inviting that sense of deep and healing rest to settle deeply within the spinal column, nurturing that part of you. And taking your awareness into the back of the neck, the back of the head, letting that part of you settle down. The top of the head. Then inviting this wave of rest and relaxation over the forehead, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, the right eye, the left eye, inviting both eyes to rest, the right ear, the left ear. How would it be to let the ears feel as if they're resting? The right cheek, the left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, the top lip, the bottom lip, the mouth. How would it be to let the teeth rest, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the floor of the mouth, the right side of the jaw, the left side of the jaw, the chin, the throat, the base of the throat, the right collarbone, the left collarbone, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, the sternum, top part of the abdomen, the lower abdomen, the front of the pelvis, the whole of the front of the body, inviting it to rest as deeply as you can. And then taking your awareness into the center of the chest. So the space behind the sternum, the home of the heart. Letting your awareness settle there. And maybe from this sense of stillness, this sense of rest, you might be able to listen to the whisperings of your heart, your inner knowings. So just pausing for a moment with receptivity to whatever heart's wisdom or guidance might be there. And then imagining that you can breathe in to the heart space and breathe out from the heart space. As you breathe in, you can welcome in a sense of nourishing rest into the heart space. inviting this sense of rest to settle even more deeply within your body. And then as you focus on your breath, becoming a little bit more attuned to the in-breath, maybe even allowing the in-breath to become a little bit stronger, a little bit fuller. Sensing that freshness of the breath, that sense of renewal with each in-breath. And with that deeper, stronger in-breath, letting it prepare the way to come back to a more awakened state. So you might like to imagine that you can breathe into the head and the face, gently awakening, restoring those parts of you. You might like to imagine that you can breathe in and that breath flow over the shoulders, down the arms to the hands, gently awakening, rejuvenating the arms, the hands. Allowing that refreshing in-breath to flow down the front of the body. Allowing that refreshing in-breath to flow down the back of the body, into the spine. Awakening. And then allowing that refreshing breath to flow over the hips. That breath bringing a sense of gentle re-energization to the whole of the legs and the feet. Maybe even feeling that the power of movement is being restored back to the legs. And then how would it be to bring a little bit of movement back to your body? Maybe reconnecting with the fingers, inviting each of the fingers to touch the thumb in turn. Allowing your awareness to travel down the legs to the feet, giving the toes maybe just a little bit of a wriggle. Reconnecting with those extremities of you, reconnecting with the boundaries of your body. Noticing the position of your body. Noticing the contact points of your body and the earth. And then maybe inviting a little bit of rotation through the wrists, through the ankles. So you're reintroducing movement quite gradually and intentionally. And then inviting your body to move in any way you feel you need to bring you back to a more awakened state. That might be simply through having a bit of a yawn. I'm a big fan of yawning personally. It might be through hugging the knees into the chest or stretching the arms out. Whatever you feel you need will be just right. And then maybe thinking about the possibility of coming to a sitting position. If you're lying on your back, you might like to roll over onto your side. If you've had a busy day and you actually want to stay lying on the ground, I'm quite happy with that. I was going to kind of move into answering any questions that you might have. So although you're welcome to stay lying on the floor, you might just want to kind of just wake up the mind a little bit more, or at least send me a sign that you're actually waking up. A little wave of the hand or something so they know that you're moving. if you are ready to sit up and you're lying on your side, you can use the hands to slowly push yourself back up to a sitting position. Okay. So I think slowly see cameras coming on and people kind of moving a little bit. That's good. Just aware that I don't actually know you. Usually if I do a yoga nidra session online, we have a conversation at the beginning about, would you like me to just leave you asleep if you fall asleep? But again, having that inquiry, how do you feel? Was it easy to lie down and relax? Or were you still resisting it? That I think there's a lot of guilt around actually doing nothing. Unnecessary guilt, it has to be said. But there can be quite a bit of resistance, mental resistance, into giving yourself permission to lie down, particularly if you're not used to it. And then there's the expectations that you're meant to be, your body's meant to be resting, but your mind's meant to be awake and alert and listening to everything I say. When of course, if you need to sleep, you will sleep. Yoga Nidra is thought to be an adaptogenic practice, which basically means it will give you whatever you need. Whatever healing needs to take place in your body, Yoga Nidra will facilitate that. And of course, that healing might easily come in the form of sleep. Certainly when I practice, I have a mixture. Sometimes I'll be awake and, listening to every word. Sometimes my mind will drift off in its own kind of realm of, can't think what the word is there, stream of consciousness. And sometimes I'll be completely out, fast asleep. Right. For those of you who are a little bit more awake, you might just want to bring the hands together, give a rub of the hands. And again, you can still do this if you're lying down. And then bringing the palms and placing them over the eyes. You're just bathing your eyes in darkness for a few moments. And then opening your eyes behind the palms, separating the fingers, letting in a little bit of a light at a time, and then just rubbing around the face, around the temple, the cheeks, the jaw, wherever feels good. And maybe doing a little bit of like a little pitter patter, like little raindrops, just scattering them over the head and going where I can see you better now, and going all over the head. Okay. So Jay, I just want to check in with you. I wouldn't blame you if you're fast asleep, but if you are awake, could you let me know, as this is your session?
I think she's fallen asleep.
Ow.
Oh, she's
No,
there.
she is. Yeah, she's all right.
That's okay. Do any of you have any questions on what I've done today? Although I've got to say, at the end of a yoga nidra isn't the best time for me to be asking you about questions. It's to be said. Sometimes it'd be like, whoa. But if you do have questions, you're welcome to ask them now.
I had to lie down on my bed because I had a little fall last week. So if I went on the floor, there was no guarantee I was getting up anytime soon. But I actually resisted a bit because I thought, I'm not going to lie down because this and whatever. And then in the end, I just unplugged everything. So I was in my office space. I just unplugged everything and went to bed. And it was the best thing I could have done.
I did mean to give you an option
Mm.
about you don't have to lie on the floor, you can lie on the bed.
It was really good.
Yeah. But we're so conditioned into it that doing nothing is being lazy. And it's not. It's actually really, really necessary for resetting your nervous system. So even if, I mean, we call it the stress response and the relaxation response, but I mean, there's different levels of that stress response. Some, you know, to a certain degree, we're in that sympathetic nervous system mode whenever we're awake, but sometimes we're in it in an elevated state, and we're never meant to stay in it for very long. We're meant to come back to a more resting state, which is, you know, that's when your body does its digestion the best. When you're in a relaxed state is when your body does its kind of repair and renewals when you're in a relaxed state. Yet we seem to have got this dysfunction on knowing how to do it. Yeah, I could say more, because even when we think we're resting, we're not. You know, slobbing on the sofa watching whatever thriller is on the telly, that's not resting. That's actually stimulating. Your body might be still, but your mind's going and your eyes are going. So this kind of slowing down, just doing nothing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be lying down. You know, walking in nature is very good as well. But this yoga nidra, this deep rest, is what we need, and particularly I think as women in perimenopause and menopause, this is where it's at. It's certainly something that I've used and benefited from, just to kind of stop the chaos for 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
I mean, I can imagine this being amazing for bed, you know, like if you're struggling to sleep, just kind of listening to just doing what you did, slowly breathing, and before you know it, because I too resisted, because I could hear, you know, background noise, everything. Yeah, you're right, it's very hard to just switch off like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a skill, you get better at it, so the more you practice it, the better able you are to go from being awake and alert to deeply relaxed. But certainly if you're not used to it, so this journey that we've done today is necessary.
I was out for the count. I don't know what you did. I lay down, and then I don't know what you said. I was completely out, and then at the end you said, "Are you asleep or awake?" And I thought, and that's when I woke up. That was so deep. And sometimes, you know, I never have an afternoon nap, but like in the past when I have, I've felt so groggy waking up. But this was so restorative. Oh my God. It's like the whole thing, you know, the shaking, the movement just made my body feel so, like, the way I describe it is just like, it felt really yummy, just felt really good for my body. And then I just like, that was bliss. Just, I need to watch it again to see what you said.
But I did say at the beginning, it doesn't matter if you drift off. And that, yeah, sometimes you do have, you know, when I practice most days, that sometimes I'll be aware of what I'm listening to, and other days I won't have a clue. And it's really bizarre, and that's just reflective on what you need. I think I did mention this, it's an adaptogenic process. So whatever you need for your healing will be whatever comes to the fore. And and if there is sleep, then you sleep.
Oh, I have to go out for a meeting. But that was, I think, really nice to do that before I go out. So I can be like fully present there now.
Yeah, just picking up on the point about sleep, you know, it can be a great thing to do to get you to sleep. It can be a great thing to do if you wake up in the night. I use it early in the morning because I'm finding I'm waking up earlier, particularly in the summer. You know, I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4:30, whatever time I'm waking up. So I lie in bed with my headphones on, listening to Yoga Nidra. And it's not proper sleep, but it's restive, and I can cope with my day.
Amazing. That was so lovely. Really lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
So it is 6 and I have to go. We're at the top of the hour. Is there anything else you want to say, Susan? I just want to say I appreciate what you've done so much. I'm just gonna watch this again. I think it'd be such a wonderful practice, like just to do this once a week at least, just to, you know, bring that calming of the nervous system down, maybe at the end of the week. I think it's a beautiful practice. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Catherine did it as well. Yeah, it was beautiful. She said, love the session.
Well, I'm so glad you came.
Thank you. Did you want to say something about the group? Did you want?
Yeah, I'm in the process of setting up a kind of newsletter, weekly newsletter to do with movement, breath work, relaxation for menopause. So if anybody was interested, I could add you to that if you if you give Jay permission to give Jay permission to have email come to me, then I could add you into that. It's gonna be starting in a couple of weeks.
Oh, wonderful. You definitely can have my email.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to do the filming for the first few this week. So the intention is before Christmas, when the world goes a bit bonkers, it feels, and everybody's suddenly got a lot more to do and a lot more pressure and busyness. And though it can be fun, it's still busyness. So yeah, I'm going to be filming some practices, movement practices and breathwork practices, and another guided yoga nidra to use in this.
Amazing. Catherine says yes, please. She's in Manchester somewhere as well. So Kath, Susan's in Stockport, just for your information. Amazing. Okay, I will ask them in the group because there's others as well, and they'll watch this on replay. And then whoever would love to be added to your newsletter, I will get you their emails.
That'd be fantastic.
Thanks, Susan. That was lovely.
Well, thank you very much for having me in your group.
Oh, it was beautiful. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Susan.
See you later, guys.
Bye. I'll catch up with you guys later and you can tell me about being added to Susan's newsletter, if that's okay. Okay, fab. Okay, bye.
Bye.